Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV. Well, we had this very important discussion a couple of months ago, but there was so much to talk about that, of course, we ran out of time. We want to make sure we continue the importance of water. So consider this part 2, if you will, and we are joined by to continue the conversation. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new TV show.
Thank you.
But I want to hold everyone in suspense until the end, okay? So
yes.
We'll continue our talk about water, and then we'll talk about your new show.
That sounds great.
I'm so happy for you. We all are, of course.
Everybody has been so supportive, and I've just had a blast doing the daytime, and it'll just be an extension of that.
But you're still going to be on the daytime.
Yes.
So don't worry, everyone. Still make sure that you stay tuned for Dr. Okay, so let's talk about water. Let's first of all reiterate and maybe add a little bit to talking about the benefits. We always hear drink your water, drink your water, drink your water.
Yes.
What are truly the benefits to doing so?
Well, you know, if you think about the number of glasses that you have throughout the day, and if you start the morning off, 2 glasses of water, especially warm water, actually
first
thing in the morning, because what it does is it just helps to wake up the body, it helps to open up the digestive system, helps to support the liver, getting ready for everything else that's going to come throughout the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, drink the 2 glasses of water. I'm assuming you mean like 16 ounces.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
2 glasses of water.
Yes.
And then can we go about our regular day, eat whatever? Do we have to wait?
Exactly.
Do we have to? How
nope.
does it do its
Then
work?
go ahead and do everything that you're normally doing. And again, remember that if you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
Right.
So you want to think about just regularly refueling the body. You shouldn't go more than 3 hours without having something to drink.
Okay. This leads me into the next question, where we're starting our day with 2 glasses of water, but how much should we have? We hear all the time, you know, you need this many, you need that many. How much should we have throughout our day? And can you break it down for us between adults and children?
Sure. Basically, the rule of thumb is very simple. It's half your body weight in ounces is how much fluid you should be taking in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, for example, somebody who might be 140 pounds, we'd say 70 ounces of water.
Okay.
So that would be 7 10-ounce glasses, generous size, and
which is kind of the average, really. That's a real average.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And the secret is have it handy, because if you have to think and get up from your desk and go get it, then of course you're not going to have as much.
Sometimes you don't do so.
But if you go, Mountain Equipment Co-op has these wonderful water bottles. They're about 750 to 850 mLs, and you fill that up and you carry that with you, and you're going to be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Another question.
Yes.
Should this water, and I've heard also debates about this one, so that's why I'm asking you, should this water be cold or room temperature?
Okay, that's a great question. It has a lot to do with your body type and what works for your metabolism. Most people do better with room temperature water.
Okay.
Yeah, the cold water, it is perhaps refreshing, but it's too much of an extreme for especially somebody who has a yin type body type, where maybe their energy's low, they're feeling kind of lethargic, they tend to, you know, kind of get all warm and fuzzy in the winter and kind of like to hibernate a little bit. Cold water would not necessarily be beneficial to that type of individual.
Okay. Now, here's the next one.
Yes.
I'm full of them today.
Yes, good.
Should we be drinking this, let's say average seven glasses, should we be drinking our tap water? We are in Ottawa.
Okay.
If you're watching this on the internet, we are in Ottawa, Canada, so this is going to be different everywhere.
Yes.
But should we be drinking our tap water, or should we be buying our water? This is such a touchy thing.
Yes. Well, it depends on what is important to you and how specific you want to be about your fluids. Water is the main fluid that cleans our body. And if you're asking me as a professional, giving you the best advice, I would say that you should be drinking reverse osmosis water. When we take medication, that goes into the toilet. And our water supply comes from the Ottawa River. Now, the city does have standards.
You don't even need to go any further, I don't think. I think we get it.
Well, you know, just to clarify, there is a difference between city water and well water.
Okay.
And the city does have its standards.
Right, so if you live in an area of town that, or you have your own well, you've built your own, then these are two completely different things, no matter if the fact you live in Ottawa proper or not.
That's right.
Okay.
The City of Ottawa does have their standards, and they are set for microbes, for large-scale problematic minerals and heavy metals, etc. but there is still some particles that are being leached through and that potentially we are ingesting.
Okay.
And so we have to ask ourselves in the big global picture, you know, we walk away from the question and say, okay, what's happening in our health? And we think, okay, well, cancer rates are increasing and some of the cancers are hormonally related. Where do the hormones come from? Well, the pesticides that we use to keep our golf courses green, etc., again, and the medications, all of that runs off into the water supply.
Now, okay, when all of that runs into the water supply, and of course there's incredible, there are incredible procedures in place to clean our water supply.
Yes, yes.
But the chemicals that are used to clean the water supply,
yes,
that's always my question.
Yes.
What about that? Like, because I understand the water is clean and anyways.
Yes, okay, so the main things that you need to be aware of, because what are we really talking about? What's in our water? So basically there are bacteria, microbes, so that's the big thing, and the city of Ottawa and all city municipalities do take care of the microbes. But there is also something that we call organics, and organics would be chemicals. They would be your gases, your petrochemicals, your VOCs, your pharmaceuticals, including hormones. And then you would also have something called total dissolved solids. So that's the third thing. Total dissolved solids are minerals and they would be heavy metals. Okay. So nitrates, for example, which are really problematic for infants. There's been a few cases where the water wasn't properly checked, and with an infant less than 6 months old, it would be very important to get nitrates checked.
Okay, so you mentioned reversed osmosis is your #1 recommendation.
Yes.
So first of all, what is that and how do we get it?
So yes, okay, so now you know, okay, there's stuff in the water that maybe I don't want. Okay, so now you're going to figure out,
it's individual choice, right?
That's right. How can I get a better quality of water? So there's your tabletop, just a quick review, there's the tabletop models which have a carbon filter and
like you're talking like a Brita,
Mavia, etc. And those are great for city water, and what it does is it takes out the, it helps with the taste. So the chlorine and that's what it really focuses on.
So it removes the chlorine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a great percentage of the chlorine. And then you have your tabletop models, which we went through, which was the Santivia, which is a ceramic system, and that goes a little bit further. That helps with some heavy metals, some larger particles. So that's a great option for a city water. And then thirdly, coming back to the reverse osmosis. So with the reverse osmosis, if you're going to invest in it, it is a big investment. You want to make sure you do your due diligence and check. There is the NSF certification company. And what they do is they just make sure that anybody out there is, if they're claiming something, that they are actually doing and testing what they say that they're actually claiming to do.
Okay.
And then there's the Canadian Water Association, and that's an independent company that regulates water. Okay, so reverse osmosis, basically what it is you're filtering really, really tiny parts. It's a mechanical filtration system. They usually have a ceramic pre-filter, which takes out the larger molecules, and then they have a tiny filter that actually filters one 10,000th unit versus 10 microns. And so we're going really, really small particles. So it takes out 97% of most of that stuff that we talked about.
A place where they can find out more information for that?
Yeah, so I'm going to post the information. NSF is .com is a very good website. As well, I'm going to post this newsletter, which has a checklist on things that you need to look for when you're buying your water filter, if you're going to do so. And I'll post that on revivelifeclinic.com under newsletters.
Okay. First of all, before we're going to finish things up, but I did promise that we'd talk about it, and you just reminded me by saying revivelifeclinic.ca. Tell everybody when they can find your new show. Okay, so I'm really excited to say that we have a new wellness show called Revive Life, and basically it's a talk show format. It'll be, the first airing is October the 18th on Monday at 3 p.m. and we really invite people to ask their questions. It is for you, the viewing audience. They can call in. Suggest a show. Oh. Exactly. And we're going to have health professionals. We're going to cover very timely, important topics. Our first topic is Alzheimer's and boosting the brain. Excellent. And also the connection to diabetes. Oh, wonderful. So it'll be I have no doubt that it's going to be a wealth of information every single show. Thank you so much for coming and telling us about it. ReviveLife.ca is your new website, right? ReviveLife.ca. ReviveLife.ca. That's the one. Okay. Yes. There are so many websites. There you go. ReviveLife.ca and with all the information about the water and where you can find out more information.